Hello, my name is Patricia Matthews, and I am the Mayor of Chestermere. Before I begin my valedictorian speech, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the anxiety that this speech has caused me, and the fact that I went and talked to my kids about it and said, okay, I have this speech, I'm pretty nervous, I'm not entirely sure what I should be talking about or how to do this. And my girls, who have been through politics with me, obviously, for quite a long time, said to me, don't worry about it, Mom. If you don't have it, just get your guy to do it. I have to tell you that in 13 years of politics, there's never been a guy. There isn't a guy now. And if I had a guy, I'd be a whole lot less nervous. So thanks, David. Good afternoon. Ladies, gentlemen, students, faculty, administration, and guests. It's my honor and pleasure to be with you today as valedictorian of ICD, Director's Education, Cohort 26. Personally, I walked into this course pretty nervous. I haven't been in a university-type course in, I'm going to say decades, and no, please don't do the math. I wasn't sure if I had anything to add, and I really wasn't sure how relevant my skills were. So you can imagine my relief when I came to discover that I was surrounded by lawyers, engineers, CPAs, business owners, executive professionals, current directors, and a shortlisted astronaut. I never dreamed I would be learning governance surrounded by such highly skilled people, one of whom is named James Bond. None of this was intimidating at all. I soon discovered, though, that a lot of people felt the same way that I did. And just as I started to relax, we then had 3 hours of directors and officers insurance, which left a lot of eyes open and some of us speechless. And quite frankly, we didn't hear from Ed for the rest of the weekend. When we had our cyber presentation finished, we were all paranoid about criminals on the dark web lurking behind every email and what would happen to us if we opened the wrong attachment. By the end of the first module, we knew each other a little better, and we learned the depth of fiduciary duty of care, runoff insurance, and we all seriously hoped we were going to pass the exam. I've shed some light on my personal point of view, but I believe my job as valedictorian is to represent our collective voice. To tell people who weren't with us on this journey what we learned and where we're going with it. To tell you that our time and energy spent here and away from an awful lot of you is not taken lightly, but seen as an investment in skills, not only on boards of the future, but in all facets of our own profession. To let you know that the network of contacts we've built will last long after this module closes. The material in this course has helped enhance our understanding of governance, but a lot more too. We looked at the risks the board might face, those unknown and those not considered, through different case studies. We learned what others had gone through and taught each other what we might do to avoid those issues in the future. We learned that decisions need to be made even when we could just keep asking for information, that in most cases we weren't going to be in a situation where all our questions were answered, and that we needed to proceed without 100% of the information sometimes, or we would be ineffectual in our duty as a board member. We learned that good communication between board members, stakeholders, management, and shareholders is essential. It prevents a lot of misunderstandings and issues, and that includes on family boards. We have the concept, when in doubt, strike a special committee drilled into our psyche. And we learned to never shy away from seeking expert advice if we thought we needed it. Our professors did an excellent job of reminding us of the fundamentals and bringing us back to those time and time again when we strayed. And just to make sure we didn't forget, they did what every teacher on the planet does, and they gave us homework. So every morning we had to write down what our key learnings were of the day. I'm sure we'll thank you for that in short order. It was a lot to absorb from the material that was presented to us. However, I think the opportunity to learn from real-life experience is, and will continue to be invaluable to all of us, because amongst those lawyers, engineers, CPAs, business owners, current directors, and shortlisted astronaut. Her name's Heather, by the way, and that's only one of the reasons that she's awesome. Is the wealth of experience that they brought from their lives. We learned from people who have been activist shareholders. We've learned from people who have been through scandal and investigation, bankruptcies, fraud. That section was not comforting, just so you know. Cyber attacks, environmental issues, mergers and acquisitions. We learned from people who have built up companies and who have shut them down. And the insight from those people who sat not only on the management side of the table, but as chairs of the board, and some who have done both. And I'd like to think that there may have been a thing or two that I offered you as a politician too. We learned that the situation we may find ourselves in on a board is likely not new, just new to us. And through this course, we now have a broad network of people to call on when we find ourselves in those situations. Those shoulders on which to lean, combined with new knowledge we gained through the program material, the expert presenters, and the faculty, will make us better and prepared to serve. We want you to know that we will take all of our learnings, not so we can be figurehead directors, but so we can make a difference in the world of governance. Congratulations to you all for your hard work, for stepping into something potentially overwhelming and possibly outside of your comfort zone. Thank you all for putting up with my incessant questions. Greg, this would be the point now where you get to elaborate on that. No, I'm just kidding. I told him I was going to throw him in front of the microphone just to see him sweat. Seriously though, Greg, we have to go for coffee on valuations. I'm not getting it. It's been my great pleasure to get to know each and every one of you. Thank you not only for connecting with me, but with each other. Even if you're a new face in the crowd, you brought a wealth of experience. This networking will give us all a stronger net into which to fall when we need it most. I wish you all the best of luck in your adventures on boards, current and future. And we're all better armed to deal with the challenges and opportunities through our education here. Lauren, Michael, Julia, and staff, on behalf of all of us, thank you. We very much appreciate your passion, your excitement, and your patience with all of us. Thank you for giving me the honor of speaking on behalf of us as a class. I hope I've done you justice. If I did, then yes, I wrote it myself, and if I didn't, then blame the guy. And finally, I hope we all pass the exams. Thank you.